William F. Buckley Jr., the founder of National Review, he had this famous phrase that every Republican activist has heard, which is that you should always support the Republican who is the furthest to the right who can win. Uh, but of course, what that means is that if you have a QAnon candidate who can win, well, then you got to support them. Or if you have a white nationalist who can win, well, I guess that means you have to support him. And so there's no break on this idea of lurching to the right just for its own sake. So when conservatism in America was being cobbled together as a movement, they had this idea that we'll have libertarian means to traditionalist ends, um, and meaning that they would cut the government with the idea that it would somehow help the family. But of course, the libertarian means didn't help the traditionalist ends. They didn't help families stay together. They didn't help divorce rates lower. They didn't do any of those things, and in fact, they made it worse, especially in the white working class towns. Like the trade policies of Republicans, the tax policies of Republicans, made things worse for the Republican voter. And so what you've had subsequently is this cultivation of rage from people. There was a natural upset at the Republican Party for failing the people who had voted for it, and that was how Trump was able to come in. But there isn't any break on this perpetual ratcheting to the right, unfortunately. And the Republican power structure is just so utterly cowardly and afraid to own up to what they've done, and what they've unleashed. They thought that they could open Pandora's box just a corner and it would destroy their enemies for them. But what they didn't realize is that the box cannot be opened just a corner. The Furies will all come out, no matter what you do, how small you open.